Formula 1 is well known for being a passionate and intense sport. It's difficult for it not to be, with the greatest drivers and cars in the world racing for millions of dollars worth of prize money. Tempers run high and occasionally spill over, like Max Verstappen's altercation with Esteban Ocon after they collided in the 2018 Brazilian Grand Prix. After the race, Verstappen shouted at Ocon in the pit lane and shoved him in the chest, while several other drivers looked on. However, Verstappen and Ocon's scuffle was nothing compared to the greatest fight in Formula 1 history. To see that, we have to go back in time, to 1982. It was race day for the 1982 German Grand Prix. Ferrari pole sitter Didier Pironi had been seriously injured in qualifying the day before. Ferrari never withdrew his car, so pole position was left unoccupied. Nelson Piquet gained an early lead in his Brabham BMW, as Hockenheim's many straights allowed a huge advantage for the turbocharged cars. The remaining turbocharged cars of Renault, the single Ferrari, and Piquet's teammate Riccardo Patrese couldn't keep up, and by the time Piquet started his 18th lap, he had a 26-second lead over second place. However, what could have been a dominant race win for Piquet ended up facing an unexpected obstacle. That unexpected obstacle was Eliseo Salazar, who was and still is the only Chilean driver to have ever raced in Formula 1. For 1982, he drove in the uncompetitive ATS Ford. He scored 2 points at the depopulated San Marino Grand Prix and faced the loss of his Formula 1 seat due to the Chilean economic crisis of the early 1980s. Even without the turbo, the ATS car was hideously underpowered, and race leader Piquet came up to lap him on the approach to the newly placed Ostkurve chicane. Piquet passed Salazar up the inside approaching the corner, but Salazar braked too late and crashed into the rear of the Brabham as they approached the first corner of the chicane. The ATS's suspension instantly snapped, and the contact spun Piquet's car around until it crashed rear end first into the tyre barriers. Both drivers clambered out immediately, and as cars raced past, Piquet strode over to Salazar and began attacking him. Piquet leapt up and shoved Salazar's helmet, ignoring the other man's hands up in defense. He volleyed a vicious series of punches and kicks at the Chilean before marshals pulled apart the rather one-sided fight. Piquet's retirement allowed the lone Ferrari of Patrick Tambay to score his first Formula 1 victory in a poignant weekend for the Tifosi following the career-ending crash of Pironi. Piquet, who had actually helped Salazar progress up the junior formula ladder and formed a fast friendship in the 1970s, apologised to Salazar as he found out that his engine would have expired if he had continued the race. The crash saved Brabham BMW from suffering an engine failure at its home race and embarrassing senior BMW officials who were present. Further fights have ensued in Formula 1, like Ayrton Senna punching Eddie Irvine in the pits after the 1993 Japanese Grand Prix, or Nigel Mansell pinning Senna against the wall after a crash in the Belgian round of the 1987 World Championship. However, Salazar and Piquet's clash in the middle of the track while the race was still ongoing certainly remains the most memorable instance of flaring tempers in Formula 1 history. Thank you so much for watching this video, and also I'd like to thank you for contributing to the recent 400 subscribers milestone if you did do so. Your support means everything to me, and it means I can continue making the content that I love to make and you guys love to watch. However, in the end card of the videos, and this is nothing new, I've been doing it for a while, I've started putting videos of other Formula 1 YouTubers in the end screen. I'd love it if you guys checked that out and took a little bit of time out of your day to leave comments on their pages like you have done to mine. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.